I want to quickly look at this another section of the question here. And the question says that what is the dimension of magnetic field? What is the dimension of magnetic field? Now, magnetic field is equal to what? Force over charge times what? Times velocity. Sorry for that. Now, we have what? This one will have what? Force is what? M L T minus 2 divided by charge is what? A T. Because I that has the dimension of A, YT has the dimension of what? Time has the dimension of capital letter T. Then dimension of velocity is what? LT minus 1. This we cancel this. So what we are going to have left is what? T times T raised to power minus 1. T raised to power 1 times T raised to power minus 1 equals 0. So what we are going to have left is what? M T minus 2 then over A, which gives us what? M T minus 2 then A raised to power minus 1. And that should be option A. Now, let's go to the next question. It says the optical fiber is used for what? Used for communication because it's what? It's allowed total internal reflection. So it is lossless medium. It is cheap compared to others communication material. It allows total internal reflection. Correct. So let's move to the next one. Number 3. It said to make a wire more resistive to the flow of electric current, it has to be made of what? A, thin, B, thick, C, damp, and D, cold. It has to be thin for you to have more resistance. Don't forget that what? That resistance, let me clean the board. Sorry. Resistance is, let me clean this part, is equal to R equal to rho L over A. So for you to produce high resistance, it means that you must use thin wire and long what? Wire, long wire. Thin wire to produce what? High what? Resistance. To produce high resistance to flow of current. And don't forget that the temperature must also be high. The temperature must also be high because you must use hot wire for you to use high resistance. So in this case, you cannot have a cold wire, you cannot have a damp wire. Thick is for reduced resistance. So the answer is A. The image formed by a plane mirror. The image formed by a plane mirror is what? EV. I call it EV because this one means what? Erect. VI is what? Virtual. See the shortcut. Then L is what? Laterally inverted. We have other ones. The image is what? Is the same size as the object. The image height and the object height are the same. So the magnification equal to 1. And also don't forget that for a plane mirror, it has an infinite focus. Let's go to number 5. So the answer to that number 4 is what? B. Virtual, erect, and what? Laterally inverted. Lubrications are substances which dash reduce friction. Reduce friction. Lubrication, apart from lubricating it, you can use ball bearing, you can use ball roller, you can use banking, you can even use streamlining the surfaces. So in constant volume gas thermometer, the temperature is obtained by change in gas temperature, no. Gas volume, no. Gas density, no. Gas pressure, yes. In constant volume gas thermometer, which what it has to be what temperature can be measured by change in pressure. In constant pressure gas thermometer, volume has to be changed. The gas volume has to be changed. So in that case, the option is D. Now let's go to the next question. Number 7. Number 7 says the peak value of an AC voltage for RMS value is 220. RMS value is 220 volts. 220 volts. Then we want to find the peak voltage. Peak voltage equals to what? Root 2 times VRMS. Don't forget which is equal to 1.414 times what is our RMS value is 220 volts. So in that case, I want to have it as what? The multiplier, I want to have 311 volt. So this is what? The peak voltage. 220 is a very common value. So that's why you see me, I'll be able to solve without calculator. Now, the method of demagnetizing a magnet is hammering in the north-south direction. No. Place the magnet. Yes. Hammering in the north-side is magnetization. But method of demagnetization is what they ask us. This option here is magnetization. If you hammer in the east-west direction, you can demagnetize. But hammering in the north-south direction, which is direction of the what? The earth magnetic field. No. So that one cannot demagnetize the magnet. B says place magnetic bar in solenoid. Yeah, that means that can be AC or DC, but let's assume it's DC now, so that cannot be answered. Double stroking the magnet with soft iron in north-south direction. Yes, correct. Hitting a magnetic bar. Even hitting a magnetic bar red hot and allow it to cool. In fact, this one will be what? To go in the east-west direction. So this one is the answer there. This one, it will actually affect the material that is used, the magnetic bar material used here. Because hitting one of the way to what? It apart from demagnetizing the material, it destroys the material. Because they hit it to red hot even. Look at the question. Hitting it to a red hot. So the material might not survive in most cases. So that is method of demagnetization. Let's go to the lesson second to the last question. They say what? The length of this one is, this is an open pipe. It undergo resonance at 1.2. Now, if it undergo resonance at 1.2, that is a statement. If what the wire is bit resonant at 1.2 length, so the length is 1.2 meter. Now, don't forget, this is from here to here is what? Is half. From here to here is also half. From here to here is quarter. From here to here is quarter. So quarter plus quarter is half plus half 1. So you have what? 1 plus half now be 3.5, which is 3/2. So the full length is what? If you add them together, add this half lambda, because this is node. Half lambda plus half lambda, 1 lambda. Quarter plus quarter, half. Half plus 1 is 1.5. 1.5 is 3/2. So in that case, you can cross multiply to find lambda. Lambda becomes what? 1.2 times 2 over what? 3. And that will give us what? 2.4/3. Now look this. You have velocity equal to what? Frequency type lambda. So lambda equal to velocity. We are looking for frequency rather. So frequency becomes what? Frequency is what? Velocity over lambda. We are giving velocity of sound in air, which is 340 divided by what? 2.4 divided by 3. The 3 will go up. So what we're going to do now, if you do it, you are going to have what? 3400 over 24 times 3. 3 here 1, 3 here what? 8. Then 8 divided by what? This one. How many 8 can go in this? Is 4, then that 2, 5. Hence, this frequency, what am I doing? Frequency, sorry. Frequency. So hence, so I would have 425 hence. If you press your calculator, you have 3400 divided by 8 is what? 425 hence. So we are going to have what? C. The last one say the conversion of AC to DC can be done by dash. Inductor is used to reduce variability of current in an AC circuit. Resistor is used to limit current, or it can be used for voltage divider rule or current divider rule, and it can also be used for dissipating heat energy or power. The amplifier is used for rectification, for amplification of a circuit. So amplify a circuit in order to control the current flow in a circuit. Amplifier is to amplify the what? The amplifier is to what? For amplification of what? Of a circuit. While rectifier is for to rectify, to convert AC to DC. It's used to convert AC to DC. Rectifier. So now that will be the answer to the question. So see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. God bless you.